Hi, welcome to my video on graphing absolute value, and we're going to look at the parent or the basic equation. The basic equation of the absolute value is y equals the absolute value of x. And the numbers I'm going to use are 2, 1, 0, -1, -2 for x. So the absolute value of 2 is 2. The absolute value of 1 is 1. The absolute value of 0 is 0. Put a -1 in. The absolute value of -1 is 1. The absolute value of -2 is 2, because the absolute value changes the sign. The absolute value of these three doesn't change the sign because the numbers are greater than or equal to 0. When the number is negative, you change the sign, make it positive. Make a negative of a -1, 1, negative of a -2, 2. And so we're going to graph that, and let's see what the absolute value. 2 gives me a 2, x is 2, y is 2, x is 1, y is 1, x is 0, y is 0, x is -1, y is 1, x is -2, which is right here, y is 2. And so you notice the absolute value function is like a parabola, but they're straight lines. There it is right there. I only did a few ordered pairs to illustrate that. This is the basic one. And if I can line these up, there's the graph. Notice the absolute value is like a parabola. It has a vertex. Notice the vertex is the peak point. The vertex is 0, 0. So the absolute value graph is a V shape. And because we're going to talk about a function, then the domain is all the x's. So the domain is x belongs to the real numbers. And the range, notice the range is the domain is the x values, the range is the y values. So the y values start at 0 and go up. So the y values, y is greater than or equal to 0. And again, it's belonging to the real numbers. Y belongs to the reals because we got a shading. Notice we got a V shape. And let me explain a little bit more, because what about the line y equals x? So when we have 2 and a 1 and a 0, -1, -2, y equals x is x is 2, y is 2, x is 1, y is 1, y is equal to x. So the y values are the same as the x values. So let's graph that. 2 gives me a 2, 1 gives me a 1, 0, 0, -1, -1, -2, -2. Notice this is a line. Y equals x is a line. I'm going to draw this line now and show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. There's the line. So this is the line that represents this equation. But notice, just look up here. When you do the absolute value and you put like y equals the absolute value of x, then you're getting this table of values. So this line that's down here can't be down here because the y values are negative down here. So instead of being down here, this line, if you take it, -1 becomes a, let me use a red pen for this. A -1 becomes a +1 for y. When y is -2, then it becomes a +2. So instead of the line going down here, the line is, so if that's a half, then that's a -1/2 for y, then that's a +1/2. If that's -1/2, it's a +1/2. So the red is indicating, so instead of being down here, it's up here. Notice the inside of this is x, and x is a line. Just to illustrate another example. Notice if I did this, x squared plus x. Now I got a quadratic inside, so it's not behaving as a line. The inside of this is a parabola shape. So we're going to look about the inside of this so far, and most of the videos, there's a line inside of here being linear. So that's why the one part of the line is going to be positive and the other part is going to be negative. Notice that this is a positive slope and this is a negative slope. So it's stress. There's a line inside of this absolute value, not a quadratic x squared. So that brings us to explaining how this equation is derived from the linear being this part being reflected up here. And if you like my video, click on the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content that's on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.